My son called me. I'm getting married tomorrow. I withdrew all the money from your bank. I still remember the exact sound of my phone that morning. It was early. Too early for good news. When I saw my son's name on the screen, my heart warmed instantly. I smiled before I even answered. I thought he was calling to tell me he missed me, or to ask for advice, or just to say, "I love you, Mum." Instead, his first words froze me. "Mum, I'm getting married tomorrow, and I withdrew all the money from your bank account." For a moment, I didn't breathe. I thought it was a joke. I waited for him to laugh. He didn't. I looked at my hands. They were shaking, and in that instant, everything I believed about family, trust, and sacrifice began to crack. I know, I raised my son alone. His father left when he was 6. From that day on, my life became a long list of later. I'll rest later. I'll travel later. I'll buy new clothes later. Everything was later, because my son was now. I worked 2 jobs, cleaned offices at night, cooked, helped with homework, listened to his dreams. I saved every dollar I could, not for myself, but for him. Education, safety, a future. That bank account wasn't luxury money. It was security. It was the money I planned to live on when my body finally said, "Enough." And now, it was gone. "I know," I asked him calmly. "Why?" My voice didn't sound like mine. He said the wedding was urgent, that his fiancée's family expected something big, that it was just temporary. That I would understand, because I'm his mother. Those words hurt more than the theft. "Because you're my mother" sounded like permission, like justification, like my sacrifices had become his entitlement. After the call ended, I sat alone for a long time. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just stared at the wall and replayed every moment of his childhood. Did I spoil him? Did I protect him too much? Did I forget to teach him boundaries? Or did I simply trust too deeply? Later that day, I went to the bank. The teller confirmed everything. The balance was nearly 0. I felt invisible, as if my entire life's work had been erased with a signature. That night, I couldn't sleep. Not because of the money, but because I realized something painful. The son I raised to be kind had made a decision without thinking of me at all. The next morning, the day of his wedding, I made a choice. Not out of revenge, not out of anger, out of self-respect. I called him back. I congratulated him. I told him I hoped his marriage would be strong. Then, I told him the truth, that I felt betrayed. That love does not mean unlimited access. That being a parent does not mean being erased. I told him I would not attend the wedding, not to punish him, but because I needed to protect my dignity. There was silence on the other end. Then he cried. Weeks passed. The money did not return immediately. But something else happened. He started calling again, not to ask, but to listen. He apologized not once, but many times. Not with excuses, but with understanding. He said he finally saw me not just as mum, but as a woman who sacrificed everything. Today, I'm rebuilding, slowly, carefully. The money taught me a lesson I never wanted to learn. Even family can cross lines, especially when we never draw them. But it also reminded me of something important. Love should never require silence. Sacrifice should never erase respect. And being a parent does not mean losing yourself. If you're listening to this and you're a parent, ask yourself, where are your boundaries? And if you're a child, ask yourself, what have your parents given up that you never noticed? Because sometimes, the greatest inheritance isn't money, it's awareness. Tell me in the comments, was I wrong to say no? Or was it the first time I finally said yes to myself?